I ain't say a word.
Yeah, that's what you say. But it's how you carry yourself. Always apart, always acting wild. When you should be doing what you told. You was never one of us. You never could be.
So, we're all in agreement here, right? Like, she is absolutely bad. She can catch it, no pull out, throw that baby in the back of a womb type energy all day, without question. But as per usual, I haven't pressed play yet. That being said, boys, this is a short clip, so I'm gonna let it run all the way through. Trust me, I know I've fallen off in that regard recently. So shout out to those who reminded me. Let's go.
Virginity is a social construct and there's no real underlying significance to virginity. When you think about virginity, most times you straight away think of the woman. And that's because the pressure is put on women with their virginity more so than it is on men. Women are taught that you have this precious thing inside you that you can't just give away to anyone. You need to leave it for your husband XYZ. And I think that is a very damaging image to give women. Because it, number one, teaches us our value is in our bodies. And number two, teaches us the only place that we can be fully sexual free beings as we are is in a marriage. Virginity is a social construct. And
okay. So, you guys have absolutely no idea how hard it is for me not to just jump on in because it's like, oh, you fucking moron. Okay, so this is the virginity is a social construct narrative that's been actually out for a really long time. I've covered this topic before in another video. I think it was an Odyssey exclusive that I just never posted up on the channel, but I said, hey, you know what, she fine as hell, so we gonna make us another one over here, because she's sitting here talking about how it's not how, you know, how damaging it is for women and everything else like that, and how guys aren't you know, and completely just brushes over what it means for a guy to you know, saying like to enter a woman. So let's take it from the top and run with what this absolutely lovely but misguided young lady has to say.
Virginity is a social construct and there's no real underlying significance to virginity.
So virginity is a biological reality, okay? The act now, which contemporarily means the act of penetration. Penis, when the penis gets into the vagina, hymen broken, you know, that, and a guy squeezes one off, you know, rocking a condom, but, you know, saying with a woman, when the moment a man enters a woman, that is conceptually when his virginity is lost, and when the woman is entered by a man, conceptually, that's where the woman's virginity is lost. Just, you know, speaking at a biological level. So these things aren't some social construct. These things are biological realities. And I think that it's important to recognize the difference between, like, the difference between the two. Because as per usual, in like her first sentence, I can kind of just break apart everything. Like, I can kind of just like dismantle her bullshit off rip. Like, you know, it's a biological reality.
When you think about virginity, most times you straight away think of the woman. And that's...
But see, that's the thing. I mean, as far as being able to, I guess, how do I put it? Be charming enough, in my case, to get inside of a woman, have a woman willingly accept you inside of her, you know, that is a huge part of, you know, the growth process for guys as well. And that's why there are movies like American Pie that exist, that, you know what I'm saying, like, that are focused on men, and particularly losing their virginity. They tried to do the same thing with chicks, and it wasn't, they didn't make nowhere near the money that American Pie. What was that movie called? Like Chess something? Either ways, sweetheart, like, because a biological reality is that men and women aren't the same thing, right? But you know, you, like so many of us, have been brought up in this culture and in this world to believe that, oh yeah, no, it's the exact same thing, so it should be looked at the exact same level. You know what I'm saying? And that's been my biggest gripe with gender since I started bitching about it.
Because the pressure is put on women with their virginity more so than it is on men. Women.
So you believe, but we've just discussed that. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you break us down as human beings to our more primal natures and shit, the ability to basically hunt and take down a woman is vital for humanity as in generally speaking. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's important for guys to be able to, to be mate worthy as just as much as it is for women to pick a worthy mate. Where?
Taught that you have this precious thing inside you that you can't just give away to anyone. You need to leave it for your husband XYZ.
You really sure you guys are being taught that shit these days? Because I don't see it. I'll be saying it like, yo, like you're the generation of teen mom. Like, honestly, I am of, like, that's one of the reasons I'm always like, yo, my generation screwed the generation after it a million times over, because no, they ain't been teaching y'all that shit at all. It's like, yo, just let any old dude blow a load in you, and guess what? There's gonna be some sucker there to raise that bastard, and it's like, is there?
And I think that is a very damaging image to give women, because it, number one, teaches us our value is in our bodies.
I'm actually glad that I caught you. This is a perfect freeze, fam, because that's actually the face that I'm kind of making right now. It's like, oh my goodness, for real, sweetheart. Deal is that when it comes to things like abortion and all these women's rights things, right? When it comes to the political manipulation of women, it really is the fact that you're not considered an individual. You're not considered a woman with her own chastity and pride. And the deal is that, like, having a baby does change you, just change your entire situation. Yet like you, that is an incredible responsibility that you, like, saying, like, that you really shouldn't be uh I guess whimsical and whimsical with and wasteful with. But unfortunately, you're right here advocating for that waste that eventually screws over that eventual child that does come, because eventually somebody gonna come, ain't you.
And number two, teaches us the only place that we can be fully sexual free beings as we are is in a marriage.
Is in a marriage. Pardon me. That's that was the end of first statement there. Like, the deal is that's the only place that you probably should be if you value yourself. Is within like all that weird, wild, sexy, kinky shit that you like to do and that you want to do, that you want to explore. Yeah, within the confines of a marriage, it should be, by all technical means, safe to do such. But, like, theoretically, right? Theoretically, yeah, a marriage should be that place. Like, the two of you should know each other's bodies inside and out, without no question. But marriages do require more than that. Marriages are supposed to be a lifelong commitment, to whereas, like, yo, we're gonna come together and we're gonna try to build this life together, right? Like, that's what a marriage has always signified to me, because I'm the product of one. So thusly, like, I've never seen, if either of my parents ever stepped out on each other, it would be news to me. I ain't really too interested in what they was doing with their junk after I came out of it. But the deal is that like, that's how, I guess, I'm not sitting here trying to put myself up on any kind of pedestal, but I ain't out here doing none of the stupid shit that a lot of people do, because once again, there's a level of narcissism involved. There's a level of individual accountability and responsibility that each and every person owes themselves, right? Like, you owe it to yourself to have some chastity, have some, discretion in who you allow to clap them cheeks. Because guess what? Everybody who want to clap them cheeks, just like clapping the cheeks and building these lives together and getting married and making that commitment, not before the state, but before God, is such a, it really is it's a gigantic step. It's such a, they are so different. These are two different trains of thought that I think that just by female nature, she doesn't understand, she doesn't get, she doesn't respect. And that's the thing that really kills me about our culture, is how much disrespect we don't put on biology's name. So, guys, with that being said, we're going to bring this one to an end. All the internet stuff. If you like it, toss it a like, dislike, go ahead, do that too. Nobody's scared of you. Sub. If you enjoy my fantastic voice, you want to get videos like this every single day, share it because sharing is caring. And YouTube, Bitchute, and like are the biggest fans of your boy over here for very obvious reasons. Bang the bell for notifications. Get something from Teespring. Check me out on Odyssey as well. Links in the description. Actually, go into the description box and do damage and speak. Let me know. What do you guys think in the comments? Yeah, she's fun as hell. And hold on, let's listen to that little British accent again and shit because it's kind of sexy.
Virginity is a social construct, and there's no real underlying significance to virginity.
Clap, no, cheeks clapped, bro. Cheeks clapped. Those DSLs, let's be real, okay? She can catch it all day, but airhead, man. like that forehead big for a reason, because that motherfucker is empty. But you may disagree, and that's what my comment section's for. Until the next one.
Your booze mean nothing. I've seen what makes you cheer. Every breath I take without your permission raises my self-esteem.